Building this way is safer for owners, safer for people in the buildings, safer for the environment, safer for workers, safer for our communities.
We're doing this because of the housing crisis and the climate crisis. You know, when I got started in this business, in the building industry, I started to understand that buildings contribute anywhere from 40 to 50% of the carbon causing the climate crisis. And it's all because of buildings. The material we put into buildings and the way we heat and cool buildings. I learned that we can do better. In fact, instead of giving off a couple hundred tons of carbon per building, we can actually sequester carbon in the building for the life of the building. Housing can be a solution to the climate crisis. We build prefab in a factory, spits them out cleaner, more efficient, less money, and we don't work on a job site till we got everything ready to go and it's assembled in a day or two.
Our materials for our panel are selected with the highest quality and the highest health requirements in mind. We do not compromise on the materials that we use in our panels. They are chosen to ensure that we are minimizing the carbon emissions for our panel and wherever possible storing or even sequestering carbon in our panel, so they're mitigating climate change.
So right out there, the first thing is the instructions go to the saw. The wood goes to a table where it gets assembled into a set of frames. So now you have essentially the basic structure, the integrity of the building. It comes off that table and moves ahead and gets insulated, and then it gets wrapped.
We have multiple levels of quality control and quality assurance, including the engineer review of all our drawings, to ensure that by the time these panels are put together and on site, they are what the engineer wanted them to be. Main purpose of Passive Homes is to make sure people are comfortable in their homes year-round, that people don't have cold spots and hot spots in their house or rooms they can't use because of the season that it is.
A few years back, we decided that homes needed to be airtight to minimize the exposure of cold coming in. So airtight homes, now you're breathing the same air over and over again. You open the windows and you're getting unfiltered outside air, which in springtime is not very great for people with allergies and so on.
So we make sure that our walls are sealed very well in here when we're building them, and then when they're assembled together as the building envelope on site, it is an airtight enclosure. The construction industry can be slow to change. However, when builders have worked with us and they see that their construction timeline has shortened, the risks on their project have been significantly reduced in terms of delays for weather. Once the design work is completed, we can give our builders a fixed price for the panels that is the equivalent of 10 other contractors' estimates. That gives them, they have much more certainty and control over their budgets with us. They can build more, have more clients, build more houses in the same amount of time when we do the walls. Developers, we are saving them months of financing costs and giving them secure pricing and avoiding a lot of change orders and other issues and rework down the line.
If they're a developer and going to rent the building, that building is going to cost 80 to 90% less for heating and cooling costs.
This is the ideal affordable housing solution. And one of the main reasons that I wanted to start this factory and start building this way is because when traditionally affordable housing projects get developed, a lot of the aspects of the construction that lead to more comfort and health for the occupants of the building get value engineered out. They are not considered valuable enough to keep in for the construction budget. So this way we bake in the health benefits, the comfort into the wall assembly, into the building from day one with a cost that works with the pro formas for the affordable housing developments and keeps the risk low and guarantees success for the affordable housing developer and for the folks that are going to be living there. We have built for our customers everything from tiny houses to multi-unit buildings. And in fact, the multi-unit building is the solution where we feel that we can have some of the greatest impact by building homes quickly. and healthily.
We're looking at 36 unit, 3-story complexes. There's no reason we can't make a huge inroad into the building shortage. If we can convince enough builders to transform, to build sequestering carbon in the buildings instead of off into the atmosphere, building homes that require very little heating and cooling costs, therefore saving the environment, we have a hope of keeping a planet that sustains life.